Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. I like to post about books and music, mostly Taylor Swift. Today I'm going to be reacting to The National's brand new album, First Two Pages of Frankenstein, which includes a collaboration with Taylor Swift. I'm really excited to hear all of this, honestly, because I have loved The National's work collaborating with Taylor, specifically on Evermore, very specifically Coney Island. And I think I did listen to a couple of their songs back in 2020 when Folklore came out, and nothing was really grabbing me. So this will be my first experience listening to The National album in its entirety and really just giving this a chance. I think that's about all I need to say in this intro. Disclaimer, I will be listening to these songs through my headphones so I don't get copyrighted and so I can hear everything, because all I have is like crappy laptop speakers. And I will have timestamps down below if you'd like to skip around. I know a lot of Swifties are subscribed to my channel, so if you just want to see my reaction to the Taylor collab, feel free to just go listen to that. Ooh, they've got Phoebe Bridgers too though. I have high hopes for this one. So I guess they're a rock band, but I have a feeling it's gonna be like folkier rock, just based on the influence they brought to Folklore and Evermore. Yep, I mean, to start off with a piano intro like that, this isn't rock, it's like folky inspired rock. Their sound is so distinct, it feels like I'm listening to like a Folklore vault track until his voice comes in, obviously, and it's like not Taylor. But yeah, the musicality, I think they've been Taylor's best collaborators. That sound mixed with her lyricism. These are like sad girl hours. I feel like crying. Tangerine perfume. It's so pretty. I feel how I did when I first listened to Folklore. Look, you can see the tears forming. It's hitting. So it seems to be about depression. There's a line in the bridge that kind of fucked me up. I can't keep track of everything I'm taking, like meds. Yeah, I really like the piano on that. What is the Teenagers on Ice and then the Once Upon a Poolside? What does that really mean? I mean, I'm not familiar with their work, so I wouldn't know if they're referencing something. I love these titles. The guitar, the drums, all of it. What is it, The Last Dandelion? This sounds like it's about a divorce. What is a rainbow eucalyptus? Yeah, it sounds reminiscent of the lines in Happiness, like how everything boils down to just shit we're dividing up. I forgot what the exact line is. What about the ornaments? Oh my god, this sounds like a relationship where they were together for a really long time to collect a whole bunch of Christmas ornaments together. Ooh, the guitar. My cat's being very clingy today. Oh shit. Before the ashes and management capital files filled the streets. 9/11. Holding a cat. I'm holding a cat. I really like how visual this one is. This also feels kind of like it's narrating a breakup though. I keep what I can of you, and then he goes into all these memories. So it's like something that isn't continuing. Phoebe Bridgers, here we go. Ooh, the beginning sounds like the beginning of Peace. Oh, so Phoebe is like harmonizing. She doesn't have a writing credit, okay. I'm a little bit confused by the meaning. I think it's like his jealousy towards someone who finds beauty in everything and maybe is more of an optimistic, positive type of personality, and he feels very like depressed and pessimistic as a person. And being around a presence of such positivity and optimism may not be helpful. But it also feels reminiscent of a breakup with some of the lines like, I'll always see you around, maybe in time we can give it one more try, but let's think about what matters now. So this is like a breakup album, it seems. Is this gonna be about that little experience he wrote about in New Order t-shirt where he was saved from the custom cops in Hawaii because there was an alarm clock in his bag that looked too much like a B-O-M-B? I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. You have to be careful about saying that on TikTok. TikTok has like censored me so much social media wise. I'm always so hesitant to say certain words. They'll flag you. Oh, this is weird. This is the one that's like different from all the other ones. We've got this like drum beat, upbeat song. Okay, I was not expecting that at all. Like Folklore was very consistently like down in the dumps folky vibes. So hearing stuff that is so reminiscent of Folklore, I thought it would be the whole way through. This almost feels like early 2000s, like this guitar. This chorus hits like a pop song. These drums are drumming. I really like the chords. When all my thinking got, like, it's got a nice melody. This might be my favorite one. It's one of those songs that like bops, but you could cry to it. This post-chorus, I really like the structure, and I think the chords are maybe a little bit different, or the melody changes up at least. Oh, guitar solo? Okay, I'm starting to kind of get the song. The post-chorus really is like the thesis statement. Something somehow has you rapidly improving. This relationship that's only working because they're both down in the dumps. And if one of them gets better and the other one doesn't, can't work out anymore. This is the first example in a song of like why this relationship he's singing about is ending. You found the slush in my sentiment. Wow. The slush in my sentiment. Does that mean she's like seeing right through him? Let me know if you can come over and work the controls for a while. I'll be over here lying near the ocean, making ocean sounds. Let me know if you can come over and work the controls for a while. That reminds me of the line in Panic at the Disco is don't let the light go out. You're the only one who knows how to operate my heavy machinery. It slaps. Where's the brain we shared? Something somehow has you rapidly improving. What happened to the wavelength we were on? I'm right. Yep. He's being left behind. Ooh, hell yeah, outro. It's just like the energy doesn't stop. Favorite track. Ooh, this is a very different instrumental too. It's quick but quiet. I reclined. Soothing music. This has some of the weird electronic-y sounds that the Last Great American Dynasty has. They're used as a percussion. What does this one slap to? It's like, no one knows what to talk about. Okay, so a lot of sky visuals. Candy blue skies messing with our brains. Drop down out of the clouds you're in, like an alien. Watermelon nicotine. Man, we've got watermelon sugar, watermelon nicotine. What's next? I can hold a swimmer here to the shore by a string. What does that mean? Oh my god, why does the pre-chorus slap? Hurry up, we don't have time. Avalanches in my mind. It's like the rhythm. Soapy? The violins in the bridge. There's this old idea I'm having stuck in a car wash somewhere and you can't stop laughing off the rails and no one's coming to get us. I think I'd like it here, so I'm gonna let him forget us. The visuals. Like putting us in the situation of being in this car in a car wash and the pretty like rainbowy soap that they use. But they're stuck in it. Oh my god. Oh, and he's not gonna call anyone about it because I think I like it here off the rail. So they're just so amused by being stuck in a car wash. I like that. Who writes about that? Sounds like a very Taylor Swift thing to write about. The specificity. Here we go. Wait, now I need to Google what is the Alcott. An apartment complex in Denver, Colorado. She wrote her part in 20 minutes, texted it to her, waited 20 minutes, thinking she would reject him. Instead, she sent him a voice note with a fully formed contribution. 20 minutes? And that's only accounting if she saw it the second it was delivered. Okay, borderline gospel-y piano. There you are sitting as usual with your golden notebook. I don't know why, but I love that. It sounds so gold rushy. Writing something about someone who used to be me. Holy shit. I feel like this perfectly encapsulates everything Taylor Swift writes about her exes. Everyone's like, she always writes songs about her exes. I don't think it's about her exes. I think it's about the perception she got of them, and people change from then on. I just talked about this in my last upload, like why it's okay to be sad about Taylor Swift and Joel when breaking up. I talked about how all of her exes are memorialized in the songs, and as more and more time goes on, they become less and less about the person that her ex becomes. Like, that's why we shouldn't give them shit, because Jake Gyllenhaal in the songs from 2012, I don't think has anything to do with the real Jake Gyllenhaal, especially over 10 years later. He's probably a completely different person. I like how this is the opposite perspective. Oh, she's in! She's here! The last thing you wanted is the first thing I do. Is this about her writing about people? This love interest didn't want to be written about, and writing about people is the first thing Taylor does. Also, she sounds so young here, like her voice is a little higher. Her harmonies when he says silently waiting for you to look up. Ah, I see you smile when you see it's me. My baby's fit like a daydream walking with his head down. I'm the one he's walking to. Your golden thinking. Oh, they're doing that thing that kept happening when she would collaborate with Bonnie Vare. The conversational thing. Tell me which side are you on? It's the first thing you do, like the back and forth. Give me some tips to forget you. Jesus. You tell me your problems. Have I become one of your problems? I love that. The conversationalness of it all. Everything that's mine is a landmine. Every single thing I touch becomes sick with sadness. Your Midas touch on the Chevy door. Like everything you touch turns to gold, which is useless. Did my love aid and abet you? Jesus. Why don't you rain on my parade? Don't want no other shade of blue, but you know other sadness in the world would do. Shred my evening gown. Oh my god. This is the evolution of You're Still All Over Me, like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore. Holy shit. Read my sentence out loud, because I love this curse on our house. Tell me which side are you on, dear? That reminds me of Battle, but also The Story of Us. Battle being an unreleased Taylor Swift song. We've got really cool percussion again. This feels like it was written by AI. This machine's a backwards thinker that looks for you until its neck hurts. Like, talk about yourself as a machine. Not so hard to be a person if you've got something you can reference. Why is it spooky? Grease in your hair, fingernail polish, water balloon eyes. Observing how humans are. It's like kind of abstract. Yeah, this pre-chorus is pretty abstract. We're in the middle of some kind of cosmic rearrangement. Yeah, he's talking about himself like he's AI or a machine. Magnets make machines go crazy. I have no more feeling for it. I have no more frame of mind. I'm sorry if you can hear my cat. She is just has a lot to say right now. I have no more frame of mind. So it's like he was once human, but he's feeling less and less like one. Ooh, the drums at the end remind me of the drums in Mad Woman. Yeah, right? You can't hear it. Ooh, this is weird. Oh, the guitar is so pretty. How did this happen? Princess, I need my arms, please. This is abstract again. Cartoons from a television, whistles from the street, blackout curtains, summer sirens, electricity. What does it mean? What about these things? Oh, I don't need ice machines. I don't need speaker systems. I don't need white lights blinking. Pioneer era. I don't need you to witness. I don't need your forgiveness. I don't need anything. This character throughout this album really likes to just sit in his misery. Like his partner starts improving and instead of trying to use that as like a helping hand and an inspiration, he's like, we're not on the same wavelength anymore. This feels bitter. I don't need fucking electricity and I don't need you either. Oh, but I do. Wow, finally start to make connections when everything goes dark. Paralleling electricity to a relationship. I don't think I've ever seen that done before. Have you? Have you? What am I doing watching clocks? Okay, so it's a bitterness about electricity because like time passing. The lyrics seem so bitter, but his voice is so at peace. What am I doing wandering halls, pounding walls, like talking about punching walls, but he sings it in such a way that's like so gentle sounding. I'm sorry, I roll across the carpet is like so funny to me for some reason. We're getting a little more abstract as the album goes on. Someone said this album saves me in my early 20s existentialism. Look at my cat. Look at my cat. Look at my cat. Look. It's like that one TikTok sound that Taylor used. Look. Look at her. Look at her. Isn't this comfortable, princess? We're just vibing. We're just vibing, aren't we? Interesting piano. It sounds almost out of tune, but it feels like that was the choice. Oh my god, is this an anti-manifesting track? Phoebe sounds so good on this one. Oh, I see it. Manifesting that you don't have mental health issues. You try in vain to be persuaded that it's nothing, but you feel it in your nerves. It's choking out the sun. Ignoring something like that is not helpful. Well, I think the point of manifestation is not to pretend like you don't have something that you actually have, like mental health issues. It's to visualize you having something, like gaining something, instead, like gaining the ability to overcome these issues. Like it's more of a future thinking. Oh my god, the bridge. You inherited a fortune from your mother's side. Your sister didn't get it at all. She survived. The inheritance of mental health issues? A fortune, that's funny. That's really insightful. Tranquilize the oceans between the poles. You're crawling under rocks and climbing into holes? Matt Beringer takes a lot of things his wife says to him and turns them into lyrics, I guess. Oh, he used Phoebe's vocals because they're so comforting. And to like echo what he's saying, it was like the voice of his wife in his head telling him these things when he's spiraling. This last one is strange. God, it's like folk mixed with some kind of alternative thing. I wouldn't call any of these really rock, maybe like alternative folk. So this is very hopeful. It's all these instances of like if you find yourself in X situation or Y situation or Z situation, and they're so specific. And it's like send for me whenever, wherever, I'll come and get you. This is interesting because so much of the album was him kind of like a cry for help or him relying on someone in some way. And either this is from the perspective of the person that's helping him, or it's he's turning it around and now trying to give back to that person and make it more fair. What the hell is a psychiatric greenhouse? The one situation that he mentions in such detail is if you're ever in a gift shop dying inside, filling up with tears because you thought of somebody you loved you haven't seen in years. It makes me think of This Is Me Trying. Like, we don't know the battles other people are fighting in the most mundane circumstances and environments, but it's like socially so weird to just start crying in a gift shop. I like how he says filling up with tears, so this person is trying to hide it. I feel like that language is very intentional. It's not like spilling over with tears, it's filling up. Like they're not letting them out, they're suppressing it. Like you might think you're okay and then you'll see something in a gift shop that reminds you of this person that isn't in your life anymore, and that's what sends you spiraling. Like you never know when it's just gonna hit you again. Interesting. Okay, very different ending there. So I loved Taylor's writing and harmonies on the alcotts. I think I like Phoebe's voice with them a little bit more, like just as far as what flatters what the band, The National itself, is trying to do. I mean, I love Taylor, she's my favorite artist, but I think Phoebe and The National mesh a little bit better, at least here, because Coney Island is like stunning. I actually don't even remember what the melody of the alcott sounded like at this point. Stuff is kind of blending together. My favorite song, I think, was Tropic Morning News, and I also really liked Once Upon a Poolside, the very first track. I think it started off stronger than it ended because it progressively got like more and more abstract lyrically. And I mean, that's just a very personal preference. If you really like the more abstract lyrics, it makes me think of some of the lyrics on Hoax, My Only One, My Smoking Gun, My Kingdom Come Undone. It seemed like they were listing these visuals more than having these constructed sentences or metaphors going on, which they had going on a little more frequently in the first half of the album. But yeah, I think this hooked me more than whatever I listened to back in 2020 after I became interested after listening to Folklore. I cannot remember what couple songs I listened to by them that I was like, this isn't really catching my attention. Usually to get the full picture by listening to the full album makes things a little easier to comprehend and get into, so I'm glad I did this. I would love to hear what your favorite tracks are down in the comments. Of course, what you think of the alcott, what your interpretations of the alcott are. I would love to talk about that the most, as I am a Swiftie. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it is right here. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, that is right here. I will see you all next week for another video, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, guys.